Should voters or the courts decide issues regarding same-sex marriage?
That's the challenge facing 3 federal judges after a day of oral arguments in cases from 4 states. 9 on Your Side's Tom McKee is live with what was said in court and the reaction to it. Tom?
Judges from Clyde from the U.S. 6th Circuit Court of Appeals heard 3 hours of oral arguments in 6 cases from Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, and Tennessee. Ohio's case, if you might recall, revolves around recognition of same-sex marriages done in other states, specifically, though, if both spouses should have their names listed on birth or death certificates. Now, hundreds of people filled the courtrooms for these controversial cases. Several Ohio same-sex couples sued the state, claiming that failure to recognize their marriages performed in other states is discriminatory. And they add they didn't leave the Buckeye State to wed to avoid the law, they did it out of love. They were represented by civil rights attorney Al Gerhardstein.
44% of the people in this country living in states that recognize the freedom to marry, they're going to be crossing state lines. Those marriages have to travel with them. And I'm hopeful that the court will recognize that there's a right to have that marriage travel with you and to have it recognized.
Overall, we just want the same rights as, heterosexual couples that are married. Essentially we're all family. We all love our children, very much. So I'm just hoping for equality for all.
Now, Brittany and her spouse have a 9-week-old son, and they'd like to see both of their names on his birth certificate. On the other side of the issue, Eric Murphy of the Ohio Department of Health maintained voters should decide the matter, saying states are adopting to changing mores, but we should take a cautious approach to change. We should proceed with caution. Ohio voters, of course, decided in 2004 that marriage should be defined as a one-woman, one-man action. Well, right now it's up to the justices in this building here to determine if that will stay or that will change. Tom McKee, 9 on Your Side, live downtown.
Tom, thank you. These hearings have caught the attention of many people. Thousands from the 4 states involved flocked to Cincinnati today to support their respective sides. Hundreds of them crowded downtown today with strong views regarding same-sex marriage.
There were rallies, marches, prayer vigils all around the federal courthouse. 9 on Your Side reporter Shannon Kettler continues our team coverage with reaction from both sides. Shannon?
Well, today, federal and local police officers surrounded the federal courthouse today to deal with crowd control. However, groups on both sides rallied in peaceful protest.
I feel that we need to believe the same thing that they believe.
Supporters of same-sex marriage had a greater presence today in numbers. More than 500 people rallied around Fountain Square and then marched around the streets of downtown.
I'm here because it's really important to me to make sure my son understands that equality is for everybody.
While supporters held a 3-hour rally with music and speakers, a small crowd of opponents of same-sex marriage gathered outside the courthouse in quiet prayer.
We're here to show that there are people who believe in traditional marriage, still do. It may be a smaller group, but I think in reality we represent a lot more people.
A heavy police presence was seen downtown, but both groups expressed what they needed to say without any problems. And both sides tell me they'll continue to be vocal as we continue to hear about this issue in the upcoming weeks. Reporting live downtown, I'm Shannon Kettler, 9 on Your Side.
All right, Shannon, thanks. And this certainly is a hot-button issue that's got the whole country talking. You can weigh in on the issue and keep up with our coverage on the 9 on Your Side Facebook page.